Welcome to the United Grid League playoff match, Tampa Bay Brigade versus the Southwest Florida Sharks. Let's see it. And they are off. Tampa Bay Brigade versus the Southwest Florida Sharks. Now, there are going to be 11 races today in this match format, and whoever wins the match will go to the championship game. We are looking at Nick Shappy in green for the Southwest Florida Sharks and Dan Haberman for the Tampa Bay Brigade. It looks like the Brigade were able to get to the next one first. Oh, and there was a little bit of a mix-up there with the tag as far as doing that tag. Marissa Oxenford has done many more reps than she was supposed to, so the Southwest Florida Sharks were able to pull ahead here. Yeah, I think the dumbbells dropped a little early and the tag wasn't too clear, so they had to go back and make sure that the tag was clear at the end. Ooh, we just see David Blah, he knocked it off. So the thing is when an athlete knocks off the pole, they have to go back and be in charge of putting the pole back themselves. That's right, Taylor, and it is like that on purpose. It's a strategy. You don't want to hit that pole, and we don't want you to hit that pole because you have to make sure that you're being as athletic as possible. We're looking at Jess Krezmien over here in the blue on the left side of your screen. She is one of the fastest burpee times in the league, and the second place is Sedona Townsend. So it's funny that they were going against each other, and both of them were able to make this race a lot closer. Actually, that was Hannah Bissett. So sorry. So I was talking with her, and she's actually not doing that much in this match, but she was talking about how she was going to be doing the partner for this today and kind of be held off and to do a little bit more in the championship. But she is one of the tinier athletes, so her range of motion is going to be a lot faster, a lot quicker in lockout, and her burpees are going to be a lot faster on that turnaround. That's right, Taylor. Whoever wins this match, friends, remember, goes to the championship. And we don't know who they're going against yet because this is the first playoff match of the day. Now, the Southwest Florida Sharks had a huge upset last season. They made it all the way to the championship, had an undefeated season, but they lost ultimately to the Wild for the 2024 championship. And the Tampa Bay Brigade did make it to the playoffs, but they did lose and did not make it to the championship. Oh, wow. Hannah Bissett just knocked over the pole twice. Oh, and a third time, a third time. Oh. That's going to cost them because it looks like Sedona Townsend was able to make up some time here. The Brigade are not having the best transitions. A lot of mistakes from both of these teams. We don't see that too often, Taylor. I think because it's the playoffs and there's a lot at stake right now, so everybody has the jitters. The nerves are definitely in play here, but both teams have a lot on the there's riding for. So this is definitely going to come down to the end. It's crazy. Without a question. It looks like the Tampa Bay Brigade were able to get a little bit ahead. They're already on those male burpees. Sharks not too far behind. Blake Kidder's moving at a bit of a faster speed. Blake Kidder's on your left with the Sharks, and Courtney Moss was able to get into that fourth quadrant already. I know. I think they just got a little costly fault right there on the Shark side. But if anybody can catch up to the Brigade, it's going to be them. But I think the Brigade is just a lot further ahead here. They just have to keep it clean. And they are going to finish with it. Wow. That's a Tampa Bay Brigade win for the partner forward, Taylor. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Both teams are so incredibly strong and fast in this. There was mistakes on both sides, but both teams kept their composure. And at the end, the Tampa Bay Brigade came out on top with that one. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of back and forth today. Yeah, definitely a good morale boost for the Brigade, them being the underdogs here, especially the Sharks going undefeated for the season. The Brigade undefeated for the season, only defeated by the Sharks. So this is definitely something that they need to catch their confidence in. So I know that they're kind of saying, hey, calm down, don't celebrate too much yet. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You got to keep locked in. Right? 100%. You got to stay locked in with this. And you saw, and I see the Tampa Bay Brigade right now. They're already in a huddle. Yeah. And I know Jess is probably going over there and telling them, like, calm down, keep it cool. There's still 0-0. Keep your head in the game. Like, we still got 10 more races to go. Oh, definitely. But while we're here and we're waiting for that next race, which is the mirror, we're going to see some heavyweights. Let's go ahead and take a look at those rosters. It's our favorite time. We get to circle things. Let's see who's first and who other than the Southwest Florida Sharks. Now, here in this match format, I'm going to be looking a lot at Sedona Townsend. She's very fast. We saw her flying on this partner forward, making up a little bit of time for her team. I'm also going to be looking at Kelsey Kiel. and at Sam Martin. These people have impressed me all season, and I'm excited to see more from them, especially this being a playoff match.
And I'm going to be looking at Valerie Gunning. Like, she is definitely, she doesn't get the shine that she deserves. You see her all over the grid. With her gymnastics, and also she's strong as well, too. And Fico has said that she's definitely probably one of the most underrated players in the league. And I'm also going to be looking at Chasey Ranieri. And she is one of the captains along with Sam Martin. They're the heartbeat of this team. So I'm also going to be keeping an eye on Blake. I know he's been dealing with some shoulder issues, so I want to see how he comes back and handles that. But he is a game time athlete, so I won't have no worries about him.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Southwest Florida Sharks, what they do have are a bunch of players that can do a little bit of everything. Even some of the body weight specialists, they can sling those weights. I would even call some of them utility players, no matter how you shape it up. So definitely a very strong team. But let's go ahead and take a look at the other side of the grid, which is going to be our home team for the day, the Tampa Bay Brigade. Now, of course, we're looking at Jess Krezmien. She didn't get to do the playoffs last season, so I know that she's definitely feeling hungry, really excited to come back. She was pregnant last season and took herself off the roster for the playoffs, so she didn't get to play, even though she totally could have. If you followed her on Instagram, she is an anomaly. In this match format, I'm also going to be looking at Brittany Latham. We're going to be seeing her do a ringer point later on, which is going to be very exciting against a certain veteran on the other side. And I'm going to be looking at Dalton Herrero here. I think he's going to be doing a bunch of work today. I see him kind of taking on a bigger role.
And I'm just going to double circle Dalton because he only played one match in Dallas, but it was such a critical match. And I changed his name to Dalton Hero because he just shows up. He's getting a lot stronger. He's all over the grid, but he's definitely he's a strong athlete for them. I'm also going to be looking at my girl, Marissa. She has a ringer point today, and I think she's undefeated at it. And she is her and Chris Chaffee right there. They are one of the original Jack and Jills and probably one of the toughest Jack and Jill competitors here. Just to see them go up against the Sharks, it's going to be fun to watch. And then Jack and Jill, and also lastly, Alex Hollings. He's been away and deployed overseas, so this is his first match. I'm back, one of my old athletes here, so I'm excited to see him back on the grid and really perform.
I am as well. Well, friends, don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back after you get a little bit of knowledge about Mirror, which is the race that you're about to see.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant and switches performing players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time. Time stops when all reps are complete and the last player crosses the finish line. This strength-focused race has the most players on the grid at the same time and requires effective planning and practice to be executed well through coordination amongst players. Remember, don't drop the barbell.
They're off. We're looking at the mirror race. Kelsey, Kiel, and Blake Kidder for the Southwest Florida Sharks. You're looking at Alex Hollings and Jocelyn Williams for the Tampa Bay Brigade in the blue. Well, you said Alex Hollings has been away in active service. Also, his wife, Kayla, of course, has been playing for the season for the Brigade. She used to play on your team, Taylor.
Yep, both Alex and Kayla were both aces last year. So having Alex back brings some additional strength for the Brigade, which is exactly what they're going to need going up against the Sharks team right now.
Definitely. I would say just looking at them, the Brigade on your right side are much bigger, but I would say the advantage here is the short limbs that we see on the Shark side, and Sedona Townsend being able to sling such a heavy weight at such a short stature. The same for Nick Shappy. Getting to the bottom is really critical, so the longer you are, the longer it's going to take you to get to the bottom and to the top.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking at the women's on the Shark. Oh, there was a close call.
Drop, yeah.
A close Oh, wow. Oh, there was a fault. There was a fault. I think they're going to let him go. But I'm looking. Whoa, the Sharks pull ahead. There was a little bit of mishap on the men's side on the Brigade. And so they almost dropped the ball.
1 rep remaining for the Sharks. Drop it at the same time. And the Sharks are going to take this mirror race. I love it when it happens, Taylor. I love they dropped it. They have a minute time cap left. That's okay. They just got to make sure that they lock in. Wow.
Brandon finished before.
Brandon Thayers.
Yeah, Thayers finished before, and he was supposed to hold on to the bar, but he dropped it. And so because of that, they all have to run back to the end.
Definitely, of course. So that's definitely a tough one. 1 rep remaining for Brandon. 40 seconds left on the clock. And wow. What an unfortunate situation. But I do love that give and take of one winning partner forward, one winning mirror. I say that every time, but it just shows what a good match it's going to be. You know, you don't want somebody to come and dominate out of the gate. They both get their win. They're both hungry. They both get a loss. Chip on their shoulder kind of deal, you know?
And it's like during practice and training time, when you send it in your videos, everything looks good. And I know teams come in confident, like, I'm confident that I can do this and that. But it doesn't mean anything. You have to be able to execute on the grid. So the Brigade was in it. They were only like a rep or two behind, but then there was a little mishap in quadrant 3, and they just couldn't get it together in quadrant 4, and the Sharks just took advantage of that.
Well said, Taylor. Well, we have a little bit of a special treat here today, Taylor. We have a friend visiting from across the pond. Let's go ahead and hear from our friends Daniel and Jason on the grid. Go ahead.
We are here on the grid with Jason Croxton of CF Media. Jason, it was a GoFundMe. It was requests by players. It was a ton of burpees, but you flew across the pond. You're here for your first Grid League experience. What is it like so far?
I mean, if anybody follows me on social media, they know that, like, actually getting here to say it was an adventure is an understatement. So very tired, but we're 2 races in, and, like, it's all been worth it. The burpees, the flight, the 26 hours of travel. This is incredible seeing it in person. And, you know, it's been nice over the years. People said, we want you here, but seeing them make it happen really told me that, yeah, they did want me here.
Not only do we want you here, we're going to be putting you to work today. You're going to see Jason on the Brigade side doing interviews in between races, so stay tuned for me, for him. We're going to be covering it all. But until then, Cassie, back to you.
It's a special treat, Taylor. I'm really excited to have Jason here and here on the team and playing a part in our live stream. It's something that he's, you know, shown appreciation for from so far away. And for him to get to see it today and be on our team, I'm just so excited.
And many of the athletes on this in this league have benefited from being on his podcast.
Yes.
He went from being a fan to like, I'm just going to reach out and just try to get as many athletes as I can on my podcast. And I've had so much fun. I think I've spoken with him maybe twice on there, and I had so much fun. He's so knowledgeable. He was asking questions. I was like, oh, you do pay attention.
Right. Like, you don't just like watch the sport and put it on the background. You're taking notes.
Oh, yeah. And he was asking me questions about some of the decisions I was making. I was like, you are following. so it's great to have him here.
Yes, definitely. But we're looking forward to this next race. It's going to be a ringer point race, which is our favorite, of course. A ringer point is head-to-head, specialist versus specialist, who can do it the fastest. And our movement today is going to be 6 triple touches. And this is a tough one, right? Because we have Marissa Oxenford of the Tampa Bay Brigade versus David Blatt of the Southwest Florida Sharks.
Oh my goodness. I had this ringer point definitely circle 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 times because both of them are like 2 of the best in the league to ever undo this. And I want to say they may be both undefeated with this. David was on my team, and we put him up against his now teammate Kelsey, and he took it from there. And then Marissa has been sniping people left and right on this one. So it's going to be fun to watch.
She sure has. But I mean, both of these people, veterans, extremely skilled, knowledgeable athletes, specialists in their own right in doing all of these gymnastics movements. So it's going to be a fight, and that's for sure.
I think it's going to come down to both. David has a little bit of a height advantage. Marissa's going to have the parkour up there. But it's going to be tight to the end.
Parkour up there. I like that. And they're off. David Blatt versus Marissa Oxenford. Triple touches, which is going to be a toe to bar, a toe to chest to bar, a toe to chest to bar, and muscle up. If you mess up any part of that complex, you are going to have to do it all over again, unfortunately. 1 rep remaining for David Blatt. Can he finish first? And David Blatt is going to take the win for the Southwest Florida Sharks. Unfortunately, Marissa Oxenford with a costly fault over there. You have to finish within 20% of the other team's time to even get that 1 point to finish under the quote-unquote time cap.
Oh my goodness. I think Marissa knew that if she was very close, she may have cut the last rep off a little bit too soon. You have to finish with the shoulders on top of the bar, and so I think she just came down a little bit too quick, so she got faulted. So we'll see if she was within the 20% time frame or not. That was very close.
It was so close. It's an unfortunate outcome for the Brigade, but the Sharks are feeling themselves. It was definitely a toss-up. It was anybody's ringer point, so we'll see if she gets that 1 point for finishing under the quote-unquote time cap. But in the meantime, we'll be right back. I don't want you to go anywhere because you're going to learn about Echo.
Echo.
The Echo race is made up of 4 stations of elements that each must be completed before moving on in the race. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, but only 1 player at a time can perform reps. Substitutions may happen at any time. Once the Echo race is complete, get ready, because the same race will be repeated 45 seconds later. This race is about managing fatigue with your best players and leveraging roster depth to keep performance at a max pace through the second Echo. Remember, get ready to do it again in the Echo race.
My name's Kevin Kist. I'm the owner of RTS Barbell here in Cincinnati, Ohio. With Gymdesk, we've been able to add about 100 new members in the last 3 months, as well as hundreds of day pass visitors. And so much of that is due to the ease of setup that Gymdesk allows us and the individuals coming in. And it just makes it simple and makes it really easy. Gymdesk has allowed us to save time, automatically organizes, members, visitors, revenue. It allows me to send messaging right from the platform to communicate with the community, so it's been phenomenal.
It's all very streamlined, it's all high tech. Like he said, we get a lot of compliments on how cool it is, how easy it is to use. People haven't seen anything like it before.
Gymdesk is awesome because it simplifies our members' ability to join, our visitors' ability to visit, and our ability to serve.
Welcome back in, friends. You're watching United Grid League playoffs, and we're gonna get ready to learn about the Echo.
Echo.
There we go. Go ahead and tell the people what they can look forward to here, Taylor.
All right, in quadrant 1, we have D-ball over the Yoke. That D-ball is gonna be 150 pounds. The men are gonna be throwing it over 65 inches. The women are gonna be tossing it over 45 inches. And in the next quadrant, we have a gymnastics rig complex where you go toes to bar, and then a double touch and triple touch, which is a toe to bar, chest to bar, and then a toe to bar, chest to bar, and bar muscle up. You must complete all that. That equals 1 rep. We have 10 of those. And then we're gonna go into 8 toes to rings into back up rises, and then finish with 10 barbell complexes at 175 pounds. The men will be doing 1 clean into 2 thrusters, and the women will be doing 1 clean into 2 shoulder to overhead.
Definitely. This is one Echo that definitely hurts, Taylor.
Oh my goodness. This one it hurts, but it's so time consuming.
Yes.
And it's so much room for error.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to be looking at that rig complex. That rig complex is such a long movement. It says 10 reps, but 10 reps, 1 rep is so incredibly long. You have to perform a toe to bar, then a toe to bar, chest to bar, and then toe to bar, chest to bar, bar muscle up for that to be 1 rep. So it's a lot of time and attention on the rig there. So you won't be seeing athletes doing big sets. So how the teams break this up and who can get off that first and get to the barbell is going to have a huge advantage.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Taylor. It's going to be a tough one. Now, we just heard some breaking news during the break. So it looks like the Tampa Bay Brigade didn't list Marissa Oxenford as an active player 1 minute before the race, which is what you need to do for the roster rules, which makes it a little bit more strategic, right? A lot of people like maybe don't appreciate the roster rules, but I appreciate it from a strategy standpoint. I think it makes it a lot more fun to watch the sport. But since they forgot to list her as active, even though she was listed to do the ringer point race, they will unfortunately get 0 points for that instead of the 1 point for finishing under the time cap. And David Blatt secured 2 points for the Southwest Florida Sharks.
That's such a huge break right there.
Yeah.
And so, but again, there's a lot left in this match. Anything can happen, so we'll see. I know that the Brigade will come back and get it back. They're just going to use this to fuel them, but they know it's going to take the entire match for them to stay in it.
Definitely. This is where we could see the tides change. So let's go ahead and watch. You're watching the Southwest Florida Sharks here. On your left, that's Blake Kidder and Sydney Witter. And on the right, that's going to be Brittany Latham and Alex Hollings, who, of course, we've said has played on your team, the former team, the Orlando Aces. Brittany Latham is a rookie, and we're going to be seeing her do a ringer point later, so I'm excited to see more of them. But over here for the Sharks, these are two powerhouse athletes, veterans. They're really good at what they do. They're very efficient. One thing about the Sharks is they're in constant communication. And the thing about the Brigade is they have a practice every Saturday. Even though all players might not be able to be there, they're also in constant communication. So we're looking at the two teams that probably are the most team-oriented out of all of them.
Yeah, definitely. And I was looking at both teams utilize two different techniques with the yoke. The Brigade, they had their man do the majority of the reps and had a woman sprinkle in here and there with one rep. But the Sharks, they stuck with Sydney and Blake for the most part, but it chose to be a lot more effective because they were on the rig complex first.
Definitely. Remember, this is a toe to bar into a toe to bar chest to bar into a toe to bar chest to bar muscle up. If you mess up any part of that complex, you do have to start all over. There is a hand in the air for the Southwest Florida Sharks already. 3 reps remaining there, and it looks like there may be 5 reps remaining on the Tampa Bay Brigade side. So the Sharks have a very strong lead here. And here comes Quentin Ambrosio, who is very decorated in the bodyweight specialty. Look at him just waiting there like Spider-Man. Wow. He is so impressive. Look at the way he just flies through those rings.
And that's why he is 4-time bodyweight specialist of the year. But he has so much help and depth where he's not utilized or has to do as many gymnastics reps as possible. So he can just do what he's great at.
Wow, what an impressive showing from him. It was a toe to ring to a back uprise. And here is Jessie Coleman. We haven't seen much of her this season. She was formerly on the Breakers. She needed to come and be a part of this postseason with her team. It's going to be a clean and 2 shoulder to overheads for the females, and the men are going to be doing the same weight to make it a little bit harder. It's going to be a clean and 2 thrusters.
Oh my gosh. And so this is one thing that the Brigade did not want to see is them being on the other side of it, where the Sharks haven't gotten to the barbell first. They are just so deep and so strong at the end. It's going to be very hard for them to finish. I think they only have a couple of reps left.
Definitely. It looks like there's 2 reps remaining for the Sharks, 4 reps remaining for the Tampa Bay Brigade. They were able to make up some time, but it's looking a little bit harder on the Shark side over here. But they are definitely going to secure that first echo. Wow.
So fast, so smooth. Very little faults on there. They didn't have any issues. Actually, both sides are pretty clean for the most part, but it all started with a D-ball over the yoke, and the Sharks was just a lot stronger, a lot more efficient there, and they didn't do as many transitions, so it got them ahead.
That's right, and of course it's called the echo because it echoes. We're gonna do a 45-second transition. They're gonna run the exact same race back. The hard thing is there's no time to adjust. If something didn't work out, we saw them struggling on the bar and not going as fast as the Sharks for the Brigade. So there's not really a lot of time to strategize, and that's what makes the echo so difficult. You just kind of have to stick to your game plan and hope it works out. But I mean, it was a very strong lead that the Sharks were able to secure there.
The guys on the Brigade, they're going to have to move a lot faster on there because the Sharks say the Sharks, they utilize the same two athletes, and it look like Blake and Sydney are going to be doing the exact same thing. It worked for them. They're so incredibly fast and efficient. The Brigade just has to move a little bit faster there and just keep it closer at the rig complex.
Definitely. It's also about you want to make sure that you're not throwing it over the rig too far. You want it to land just below so you don't have to travel a further distance. You see Brandon Thayers just threw it a little bit further from the ring, so he has to do kind of a walk forward. I don't know if that's quite on purpose, but the Sharks' strategy of keeping it close and just utilizing the same strategy seems to be working out for them. They're the first to the barbell complex.
And the exact same thing that happened before. You're absolutely right. You have to keep that ball tight. If you throw it too hard, it doesn't matter how strong you are. If you throw it too far, you're making it a lot harder for your teammate to get it.
That's right. It's unfortunate. We're seeing a lot of mistakes from the Tampa Bay Brigade. We saw a man finishing up the reps on the D-ball, and nobody had tagged Hannah Bissett to already be waiting at the rig. That cost them about 6 seconds. You need your other counterpart to be waiting there at the rig, and Hannah Bissett has already faulted on that first rep. Of course, if you fault on any piece of it, you have to completely redo it. It's really unfortunate. But the Sharks, I mean, they are looking so strong on this. There's only 3 reps remaining here for this bar complex.
Yeah, and I was talking to Captain Sam Martin earlier, and he was talking about how all of them, they are just locked in and down in. They're focused on just beating the fastest time on the grid there, and that's themselves. So that's what they're focused on, not the other side, but just focusing on them.
I like that, Taylor. And Quentin Ambrosio doing the same thing, waiting like Spider-Man, going as quickly as he can. 3 reps remaining. I mean, wow, Taylor. Is there anybody that can do it as clean and just fall into that exact place like Quentin Ambrosio?
He's so smooth. He got faulted on a couple of reps, but it didn't even matter. He fixed it. He made sure that his shoulders was over the rings, and you would have known that he did a couple extra reps.
Definitely. Chris Chaffee finishing up for the Tampa Bay Brigade. His also looking very fast. They're a little bit closer than they were before, I will say. The Sharks don't have as great of a lead, and maybe the Tampa Bay Brigade are able to catch up at this point in the Echo race. It would be awesome if they could kind of come back from that one. The Tampa Bay Brigade need a win. They're losing the last few races in this match, so it's really critical they're going as quickly as possible. There's 2 reps remaining for the Southwest Florida Sharks. 1 rep remaining. Sydney Witter is going to finish it off in the green on the left side of your screen, and the Southwest Florida Sharks secure that second Echo.
And this is the advantage of having strong women, because in that complex, the shoulder to overhead is such a shorter range of motion for the women to do, that if you have women, multiple women that can do that and perform a lot of volume on it, then that's going to give your team the advantage.
Definitely. It is a tough one. It's a tough Echo. It's tough to change your game plan because it looks like the D-ball maybe was the difference maker. You were totally right on that. And they got a little bit spooked on the bar complex after. It's not necessarily that they can't do it. It's, man, I got to run.
Exactly. It is fast. Such a long movement there. And I know Hannah Bissett, she was only doing the partner forward in the Echo, so she's going to be out doing this because they said they're going to utilize her more in the championship. I'm just hoping that doesn't come back to bite them at the end if she was needed potentially in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. It's a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and take it to my friend Daniel on the grid. He is with the Southwest Florida Sharks today, and Jason will be on the Tampa Bay Brigade side. Let's go ahead and hear from Daniel.
We're on the grid with the Sharks coach, Fico Gomez. Fico, partner forward, not the smoothest that I've seen you guys go. But you said something to the team. It looks like they've settled in. What did you say?
Yeah, stay calm. It's the first race. That was our mistake. That's what I told him. That's it. That's our mistake. Mistake race. Now let's focus. Let's keep going.
So keep going. You can't look forward to what could be at 4:30 today. You got to worry about what's going on now. Best of luck, Fico.
Yeah,
and we're gonna
race at a time.
Absolutely. We're gonna throw it over to Jason on the Brigade sideline.
So I'm here with Rosa. of the Brigades. Obviously, playoffs, big time for you. At the moment, you're trailing, but it is all to play for. What are the team doing to dial in and make sure you get those points on the board for the next couple of races?
I mean, every time we do a race, if anything happens, regardless of whether we win the race or we lose, it's 0-0 to us. We reset. We got to keep our head in the game. We stay locked in. We just tell each other, you know, we practice this. This is nothing new to us. We're a solid freaking team, and this is what we do. So we just got to keep our head in the game and stay locked in. And every single time we get out there, it's 0-0. We're resetting.
Awesome. Well, there's a lot of points still to play for. All the best. Enjoy these races. Back to you, Cassie.
Thanks, Jason. We're gonna come right back. We have some exciting stuff happening, especially for the ladder race. It's going to be one of my favorite, so you don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element, 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
Cook less and live more with rebuilt meals. Fresh, nutritious meals, chef-prepared and perfectly portioned to help you hit your macros. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning. No commitments and no contracts. Rebuilt Meals offers plans to satisfy any lifestyle. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free options, and the menu changes every week, so you'll never get bored. Let us do the cooking so you can do all the living. Visit rebuiltmeals.com and use promo code RebuiltReady for 50% off your first order.
Taylor, I'm excited because I kept this a secret from Taylor, but we're going to play a game. Let's play a game. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to click the link in our comments that's about to go up, and I want you to scan this QR code that's about to come up, and we're going to play a game together. I'm going to do it with you, okay?
Do I do it too?
We'll do it on the same phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you're going to log into the game. It's going to start any second. Make sure that you click it, okay? We're going to do a trivia, Taylor. And I need your help because you've been a part of this league a lot longer than I have. So let's see if we can beat the people collectively at home for this game, okay? In case you missed it, it's starting in 56 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to do some...
secret?
Yeah, this was the secret. I was like, Taylor, I have a secret from you. When it happens, don't freak out. But obviously, she didn't listen to me.
I love trivia, but I'm still nervous.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's a subject that you know all about. You know, you're.
I'm good at it.
I mean, hopefully, I'll put us on.
All right.
I'll carry us on our back.
All right.
Okay.
No pressure.
You're gonna play with us. I'm not gonna tell you the answer until the answer is on the screen. You have about 10 seconds to answer each question. In case you didn't scan it, remember to go into the live comments and click that link, and you could play on your computer or your phone, wherever you're from. We're 14 seconds out. And may the best person win. Let's see if I could beat people at home. I hope so. This is my job, to know things.
Can I help? Can I do it too?
We'll do it together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But don't say the answer out loud until they finish, okay? What city is the Brigade representing? Don't say the answer. We know it, hopefully. The Brigade, the team that I've been talking about for 10 minutes, of course, are from Tampa Bay. There we go, Tampa Bay Brigade. I'm playing on my phone. I hope you're playing on your phone.
This is cool.
It is cool. All right, 3 seconds until the next one. Let's see what the next one is. What is the name of the first race? You watched it, friends. I hope you remember. Go rewind right now. You have 10 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Should be paying attention.
Come on, guys.
If you're not,
we're just talking for no reason.
Warning.
Of course, it's partner forward. We knew that, okay? But maybe it's going to get harder. So, I don't know. This is where I need you to come in.
Okay.
All right. You're going to answer this one, okay? Which coach has never played in a match? That's a great question.
Ooh.
I do know the answer. Yep. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. There's 7 seconds. This person actually started off on the referee crew. That's a fun fact.
I was going to say, like, this is kind of a trick question because he's been there.
And it's Tomas Pasenda of the Tampa Bay Brigade. He has never played in a match. Jamie Gold, Fico, they have all played in matches. And the last question is, what year was the first season of the Florida Grid League?
You know what? I'm not even going to lie about this. I go back and forth between...
It's one of those, right? This is where it's really hard.
Oh, gosh. This is where I go back and forth.
I think it's... Oh, it was 2017 was the first year of the Florida Grid League, which is what we were before we were the United Grid League.
Because it's like the overlap between the MPGL. So we went from 14 to 16 and then to 17. Yep.
Yes, that was really fun, friends.
I'm embarrassed. I'm very
We got one
about
wrong.
The last one.
We should have known. I was also between 2016 and 2017. We put 2016.
I know. I was out there trying to do math in my head. I said, that's why I don't do well under pressure unless I have a barbell in my hand. If I have a barbell, I'll do a lot better.
Oh, we know. But that was fun. You could play the guess the player games. You could play your little games. You could see where you fall on the leaderboard.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks for joining us and doing that with us. It was a lot of fun. And if you're watching in the future, now you know a little bit more about grid. And we're going to get ready for this next race, which is, of course, the ladder. And let's see the specifics of that race now.
All right, for the ladder, we have one of my favorite complexes. We have a snatch plus a hang snatch, where the athlete has to pull the bar from the floor overhead, and then while holding on to it, goes straight into the hang snatch. The man's weight goes from 175 to 195, 215, and finishes with 235. The women's weight goes from 105, 125, 140 to 155. Each athlete will have an opportunity to try to accumulate as many bars as they can, with the points for that particular grid being added to their total score. So if an athlete hits the 4th bar, they will gain 4 points. If they hit the 1st bar, they'll gain 1 point. So each athlete has an opportunity to gain 10 points for their team.
That's right. This is my favorite ladder, Taylor. This one is a lot of fun. You have to do the snatch. You can't let go of the bar. You can't let it touch the floor. You have to do a hang snatch, right? Which means you have to lower it below the hips, kind of like right above the knees, and do it again. Or you don't even have to like dip that low. You could just hit it from right there if you're strong enough. Which you are. I'm not. I definitely have to go to like that proper hang position. But it's one of the most impressive ones. It's one of the more technical ones. So there's a lot of easy ways to let the bar go. You can let it slip. You don't finish that extension. You don't go all the way down. There's so many things that you can mess up. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it.
Definitely, because this one isn't just about how strong you are. It's about how technical you are as well too. Because there's so many things that can go wrong with this. Even if you are very strong, if you catch it a little bit forward because it's the snatch, it's very easy for you to miss it. And if you do miss one movement of the entire complex, then you're done. You can't retry the same bar. So if you hit the snatch but you miss the hang snatch, you get no credit at all, and you can't retest or redo it. You have to move forward.
Yeah, and that makes it a lot harder. So we're going to see the Tampa Bay Brigade have a bunch of Olympic weightlifters, which I think is going to be great in their favor. They've been great at the ladders this season, and the Southwest Florida Sharks just have a lot of overall strong people on their team. But it's not just about being strong. As you said, it's about being technical. So seeing how they fly through this, it's definitely going to be tough to watch, and you're going to really have to make sure you have your pens and papers out and counting those scores.
And also, we keep on forgetting it's grid, so it has to be fast.
Right.
And this complex is definitely one of the slower ones as well too. So even if you can do all 4 bars, each athlete should probably have about anywhere between 23 to 28 seconds on the grid. So it isn't about if you can do all of them, it's how fast you can do all of them, because you want to get as many athletes through as possible.
Definitely. Remember, there's a 4-minute time cap, right? So you need to get as many players through. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Is it 10 players that could go through?
Yes, 10 players, 5 men, 5 women.
Right, and it has to be 5 and 5. So,
yes.
Or as close as you could get, because you have to do male, female, male, female. So you have to get as many through the grid as possible.
Exactly, and you have to alternate genders.
Yes.
You can't just do all your men and then send your women. You have to alternate men and female.
Good point. So we're looking at the score. It's 9 for the Southwest Florida Sharks, and the Tampa Bay Brigade are sitting at 4. There's over half a match to go, so it's still anybody's. And, you know, you've kind of said a lot. You split it up at the halfway mark. After ladder, that's when things can totally change. It's almost an entirely different match after that, right?
Yep, there's always 2 races that you want to play, races from the partner forward to the ladder, and then after that, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The Brigade does very well in the second end, so I'm looking for them to turn the tides.
And let's watch it. We're looking at Rebecca Rouse, Olympic weightlifter, national champion, on the right side of your screen in blue. And on your left, you're looking at Breezy Lanes of the Southwest Florida Sharks. She is one strong veteran over there. Rebecca Rouse, this is her 2nd year for them.
And I'm excited. Rebecca has been killing it. Last year was her freshman year, her rookie year, and she was understanding the sport. But this year, she has definitely picked up the grid speed, and she looks so much stronger and more composed.
She definitely does, but it looks like Breezy Lane was going to finish ahead of her, giving the Southwest Florida Sharks a slight lead here. It's still anybody's. You have to go through and you have to hit all of them. Remember, whatever quadrant you're in, that's how many points you're going to get. So Zion Zafra just finished quadrant 2, so he will get 2 points for that. Dan Ty is on the right side of your screen for the Tampa Bay Brigade. He is great at snatching, which you wouldn't expect for someone with such humongous biceps. Oh, but that's a little bit of a trip for him.
And Zion actually missed. Ooh, wow! Zion actually missed the 3rd quadrant. He missed a hang snatch, but he still went for the 4th one, and he missed that one as well too. Let's see if that's going to come back and bite them because of the time that it was wasted.
Yeah, definitely. That's 7 points and a bunch of time that was kind of wasted. Probably they were counting on that. You send out your strongest people first in the in the ladder. Remember, because you're trying to get through the time cap as quickly as possible. You want those points that you can count on. So that's an unfortunate ruling for the Sharks. Valerie Gunning, of course, is going to clear the ladder. Brittany Latham on the 4th quadrant, making it look like light work, very high power. She caught it. Very low power, excuse me, she caught it.
And I'm definitely looking at Blake right now. Even though he's dealing with a shoulder injury, he said he's 90%, but his legs are incredibly strong. So he had a little bit of a hard time in the second match in Dallas, but he's looking pretty good, pretty strong. I know he's taking his time. He's not worried about speed. He's just worried about hitting the bars right now.
Definitely Blake Kidder, and that was a great 4th quadrant for Blake Kidder. It looked even easier than the 3rd. Brandon Thayers is in blue on the right side of your screen. Full snatch for him. Wow, what a big dude.
Oh, man,
very
he looks
close.
so good.
Yeah.
And this is what we're talking about, how technical it is. Like, he looked very good coming from the floor. It may have rushed it, could have just taken a little bit longer just to catch his breath, but just came out in front of him just a little too much.
Definitely. Kelsey Kiel is coming out for the Southwest Florida Sharks. She's taking her time in between bars. Really wide and low catch. She caught it there. And it's another hang. Can she do it? Ladder clear for Kelsey Kiel. On the other side, you're looking at Ariane Durham walking off the grid. She did miss that 4th bar, but she is a powerhouse. I'm sure she has a lot of work to do this weekend for them. Roderick Holloway for the Southwest Florida Sharks.
And look at Alex Hollings on the Brigade side. He is looking fast and strong. Let's see if he can hit this last bar. He is making this look easy. Roderick is a bodyweight specialist.
Yeah.
He just cleared the ladder.
Yeah, he's perhaps the biggest bodyweight specialist that we have, and really impressive showing from him. When you look at these 2 teams, just the Brigade are just big. They're much bigger athletes, I would say, than the Southwest Florida Sharks. And I mean, it's as close as it can be here. We don't have our clock, our timer here, sorry, our score, but I'm sure it's very close because there's been missed bars, there's been made bars that I'm sure they weren't counting on. So it's truly anybody's with a minute left on the clock. Sorry, 10 seconds left on the clock. I could read time.
And Derek Anderson, he saw that he's such a vet, and he ran straight to the 3rd bar because it's all about how many.
He lifted it off the floor. Can he hit?
He barely missed it.
And he finishes, but he doesn't get it under the time cap, so it was a fault. Wow, Taylor, I cannot wait for them to see this score.
Oh my goodness. This was intense because both sides missed from a lot of their stronger athletes in there. But one thing I will like to point out is that Roderick Holloway, I absolutely love him. He played in MPGL with me. After he finished with his ladder, he ran off, he went straight to Zion.
Yep, I saw that.
Getting his face over there because Zion, one of the big guys like we talked about, he missed 2 very crucial bars. But Roderick, he went into his face and I already know he told him, like, get out of his head.
Yep.
But there's more stuff left in there. But that's what you call a leader right there. So I got chills just seeing that.
I did see that too. It was crazy. He like finished the 4th quadrant casually, by the way.
Casually. Yeah, very hard.
Very casually. Like let it fall behind him and walked right up to Zion. So that was awesome from him.
That's a leader right there.
You love to see a good leader and just how the team comes together. You love a gelled team that really looks out for each other because he's doing his work on the grid, but his mind was on his teammates.
Exactly.
You know, that's what really touches my heart.
He's like, I gotta take care of business over here, but I need to make sure that my team is still focused. And that's what you call a leader right there. It doesn't matter if you're a captain. It doesn't matter. Everybody on the team is a leader.
Well said. I really like that. But we have the ladder scores. Let's go ahead and take it to Daniel. Daniel, tell me.
We're here on the grid, continuing the trend of dominance today. The Sharks are going to pick up a 2-point victory, 64-62. Sharks pick up the win on the ladder. Cassie, back to you.
So I'm here with Dan Ty. Dan, like me, you traveled all the way from the UK to be here. Unlike me, you've done it multiple times through the season. Now you're here at the playoff experience.
Honestly, I love these guys. They're incredible people. They're such talented athletes. I've had the best time ever. I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure people will see it's obvious. It's not going the way we wanted it to go yet, but we're still going to fight to the end and just make some amazing memories with an amazing group.
And I think the question everyone wants to know is, are we going to see you next year?
I hope so. I really hope so. Yeah, I've had the best time ever and hope I can make it work again and I can come over.
Awesome. Back to you, Cassie.
We got Chelsea Ranieri. Chelsea, not only were you voted the nicest player in the league by the fans, but you're also the captain of the Sharks. Looking at the score, looking at the way things have gone, what does it mean to be the captain and see your team show up like this today?
Honestly, it's funny. Being a captain is just like being on the team, but just being that go-to person and making sure people are locked in and dialed. But we all check each other, which is really nice. I don't think any of us are looking at the scoreboard right now, honestly. It's just being where our feet are, focusing on the task at hand, and then we'll look up at the end and be where we want to be.
That's right. You can't look too forward to what could be at 4:30. Be where your feet are now, Chelsea. Best of luck, and who knows, we might see you at 4:30.
We will.
Cassie, Taylor, back to y'all.
How exciting is that? I mean, that was an exciting ladder, Taylor. It was give and take. If I'm honest, I thought the Brigade kind of had that one, but it looks like the Sharks were able to pull victorious there.
I honestly didn't know which way it was going to go because both sides were making mistakes. And that shows how costly and how important every single bar is. The Brigade definitely lost a couple of points in the fourth quadrant. But also the Sharks did as well, too.
Yes.
But to see them lose by only 2 points, you can sit up there and be like, what did they hit that bar? What did they hit that bar? That's why I love that ladder so much.
Definitely. It's a tough one. As we said, it was going to be an interesting one. But the Sharks just found out that they won that one. But it's going to be an interesting rest of the match. Now we're looking at the back half, and we're starting off with another ringer point, okay? It's going to be a yoke carry, 350 pounds, because they're both females. We have Brittany Latham of the Tampa Bay Brigade and Breezy Lanes of the Southwest Florida Sharks.
When I was talking to Fico, yeah, he said he was really excited for Breezy to do this. Breezy is so incredibly strong, and so she's very reliable as well too. But said that she's never done the yoke, but she's been practicing for days, and she's just been getting faster and faster. But Brittany has been showing up and showing out all season long. Incredibly strong athlete, with just just well stacked. And so I'm excited to see her put together what she can do in this. I think this is her first ringer point, too.
This is her first ringer point. She is a rookie this season, going against a veteran. We haven't seen Breezy Lanes do the Yoke carry, but we've seen her do the farmer carry, and she slays, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? So, I mean, both very strong ladies, incredibly talented. Brittany Latham coming from a USA weightlifting background. So, I don't know. As far as strength goes, they both got it. It's who can get there the fastest that's going to be hard, especially with it's going to have a little bit of a tilt if you go too fast, right, Taylor?
You have to, when you pick it up, you have to make sure you're under control and start control and then build speed. You don't want to start speed from the beginning. You want to build into it.
Well said. Let's watch it. Brittany Latham versus Breezy Lanes. Breezy maybe a half step ahead of Brittany, and she's running away with it. And Breezy Lanes is going to take that ringer point race. Wow, what a celebration.
Ran over the media people.
She almost ran over the cameraman. That's why we didn't get the full celebration there. She did not come to play. She said, I'm running into you, and you better prepare for it.
Oh, my gosh. And Brittany, she
was fast.
She was very fast, especially with this being her very first ringer point. No mistakes. It was flawless. But Breezy was just so fast. There was nothing, like Breezy already knew that was hers. You can just tell just by how she started out.
Yeah, definitely. Fico's joking like, oh, I threw the flag. And he's making that joke. He should have. It was, I wouldn't say it was a safe bet, but Breezy Lanes on those strongman elements, she just has it.
Breezy was like, next time you better bet on me.
I love that.
She's like, I don't prove myself time after time. You better bet on me in the future, Fico.
There you go. Well, we've seen some strong people do their things. Now it's time to see the bodyweight specialists do their thing in the next race, Jack and Jill. Don't go anywhere. We're going to Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level bodyweight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
Welcome back, friends. I have something exciting. Remember we played that game together, Taylor, right?
Is it another game?
So we lost the game, Taylor, which is embarrassing because we work here.
I take full responsibility because I'm out of everybody. I should know that.
I'm glad you realized.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
It's my fault.
But there is a winner, and it is Susie Santiesteban. So shout out to Susie for winning and beating the people that work here at our job. And you won the trivia. You won 1 free month of machine strength.
Oh, congrats.
We will be reaching out to you so that you can get your prize. But now that you know that there are prizes, make sure that you join us every time we do a trivia. There may or may not be another one coming up. So make sure that when we put that QR code on the screen or in the comments down below, that you're tuning in for that. It's going to be a blast.
That means you need to watch all the way through.
Oof. And every time that you play, thank you for mentioning that, Taylor, every time that you play, you get entered into a raffle, and we may have some grand prizes at the end of the day announced at the championship as well.
I need redemption.
I know. We got to redo. Let's run it back, Taylor. Let's run it back. Yeah.
Rerun. Challenge flag.
Oh,
challenge flag.
Not again. We're doing pretty good today. Knock on wood.
Oh, God.
But let's go ahead and look forward to this next race, the Jack and Jill. Let's go ahead and see the specifics here.
All right, for the Jack and Jill, we have in the first movement, we got 15 ring forward rolls, and then they're going to move on to 10 deck to pullovers, and then we're going to finish with 5 deck to back flips. Now, with the Jack and Jill, you're allowed to have one man and one woman out there working at the one person at a time, and you cannot move forward to the next exercise till all the reps are completed at the previous element.
That's right, Taylor. We're going to see the shorties shine here in the ring forward rolls. It's a shorter ring. It makes it harder for tall people to do, but it's not impossible. It just takes more tucking, but it's definitely a fun one to watch. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grid. We're looking forward to it. Body weight versus body weight. Let's see it. Chris Chaffee, Chelsea Rainieri, the first to the rings. Chelsea's the first one up to complete a rep. You have to make sure that you're extending at the top and your elbows are straight. Chelsea Rainieri's are looking very clean, a little bit of a mess up right there, but Chris Chaffee's are looking honestly a little sketch over there for the Tampa Bay Brigade, but he's going pretty fast. They're not, he has those elbow things on, so it's definitely hard to do, but David Blatt is making up some time over here.
Yeah, Chris Chaffee, his first few reps, he was just finishing at the top, which made his cycle time a lot faster there, and I'm excited to watch this. I'm Jack and Jill because both the Brigade and the Sharks have 2 of the best body weight specialists in the league, especially in Jack and Jill. And whoa, it's gonna be tight all the way to the end.
Definitely. We're looking at Sammy Nally and Sam Martin over here, 2 Sams on the Southwest Florida Sharks. Sam is going to switch out for Chelsea Rainieri, but it looks like Rebecca Rouse and Garrison Matthews are over there for the Tampa Bay Brigade in blue. Chelsea Rainieri's already waiting to do those deck to back flips. Don't blink, you don't want to miss it, and watch her go. She is putting her chest on the ground and doing back flips as quickly as she can. Wow, those are fast. And it looks like the Southwest Florida Sharks are going to pull ahead of the Tampa Bay Brigade.
Yeah, the Brigade was actually ahead on the forward rolls, but then Marissa got on there, and then she got a few costly no reps, and David was able to take advantage of them and pull forward onto the deck to pullovers. And then once you get Sam Martin on those deck to pullovers, it's going to be very hard to match his ballistic skills. So wow, that was fast. That was very fast. The Sharks
was
looking
fast.
very confident.
They're looking so confident. I mean, we knew this was going to be a tough match. Last match format, we saw them be a little bit more evenly matched. It was more give and take. The score was a lot closer. There's still a chance for the Tampa Bay Brigade to come back, but the Sharks don't look like they're letting up at all.
They're not. It's going to be very hard for them to come back. Probably you may see some bonus flags thrown out there, but they can still take it to gridlock at the end. But the Brigade, they have to get out of their heads right now. So you got to look at the team and look at the morale over there, and seriously, you got to get back to 0-0.
Definitely. They have to get their head back in the game. Brittany Latham has been just a really positive influence on them. You see them, her coming around and trying to get everybody's chins up. It's hard. This is the playoffs. This is the one that means everything. This is the one that could get you to the match that gets you the grand prize.
Exactly. And the Brigade came in here with something to prove, and they're fighting, they're putting it out there, but again, it's all about how you execute. So everybody on paper looks great, and they are ready. But what you're going to be seeing today all out of both matches is going to come down to heart. And so both teams been having a lot of costly faults, but the Sharks has been able to still keep their composure throughout the entire match.
Definitely. Even with that one loss that they had, they still just kept it up. Yep, there's more races to be won, and that's the attitude that you have to have going through. But we're looking forward to this next race. We're going to see how the genders fare against each other now. It's going to be a tough one. Don't go anywhere.
The only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. But all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The Triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the Triad race.
That was really good.
And we are back. Let's go ahead and look at the specifics of this here race.
All right, we have the women's triad. In the first question, you're going to see the athletes doing a double kettlebell overhead walking lunge of 40 feet. So they're going to have a pair of kettlebells over their head, 35 pounds, and they're going to lunge into that third quadrant. Then you're going to see 6 10-inch deficit handstand push-ups, followed by 12 double kettlebell ground to overhead, right into 4 med ball bar muscle-ups with a 6-pound ball. And then we're going to finish with a very nasty 16 reps of a double kettlebell hang cluster.
And it is going to be nasty, Taylor. This is a hard one. I mean, there's no easy triad.
Look, I've done all the triads, and I will be the first to say this is the worst one.
Oh, okay.
I hate this one. I hate it. It hurts.
that was a tone of finality that I haven't heard much from you, Taylor. And
I don't dislike it. I just hate it.
But I just like that. I like that from you because I can't relate. I don't do these, so it's nice to have you at the desk who has experience not only doing this but coaching this. And for you to say that this is hard, this kind of sets the stakes for the people at home to say, oh, like even the grid athletes are having trouble with this one, you know?
Because it's nothing too crazy in there. It's just a lot of volume, a lot of the kettlebell work, but also pairing the athletes in there. You're definitely going to have to look at the athletes and the med ball bar muscle-ups, because even though it's just 4 reps there, being able to hold that ball in between your thighs after, if you're doing other reps and you're sweating, if you're sweating as well too, you could drop it and you have to go and grab that ball and then come back in there. But the kettlebell work, if you're on the kettlebell work, it hurts. And to finish with those hang clusters, you just close your eyes and just dig deep and just pray for it to be over.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I mean, those kettlebells will get you if there's anything that can.
They add up big time.
Definitely. And the way that you have to like hold them, and it's awkward, and you have to like flip your wrist, and there's just a lot of like things to consider when you're doing that too, right?
And it's a lot of volumes, especially with the lunges. You're starting off with the kettlebells right over your head. It just keeps on compounding.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We're looking at females going versus females. Let's see who the better female team is. And they're off. We're looking at Chelsea Rainieri, Sam Nally, and Valerie Gunning on the left for the Southwest Florida Sharks. Isabella Carvalho, Ariana Durham, and Jess Krezmien on your right for the Tampa Bay Brigade. They are doing that kettlebell work all the way to the end of the second quadrant, go into the third quadrant, leave them there. They're going to be switching out, and we're going to be seeing those 10-inch deficit handstand push-ups. As if a handstand push-up enough wasn't hard, you're going to do it at a 10-inch deficit. You got to have shoulders like boulders to do this, Taylor.
Oh, you do. That's a 10-inch deficit. Usually, you see this being done by one person, but now you have to make sure you have multiple athletes able to handle that 10-inch deficit.
Right. It looks like most of the Sharks were able to finish off before.
Chelsea's still going.
Chelsea Rainieri, but she is going to be able to finish those last ones, but it looks like the Brigade are taking away with it. They were able to finish faster despite having the shorter arms. It's a give and take for that movement, but they are already starting those double kettlebell ground to overhead. Wow.
But sometimes the shorter arms may not be good for a 10-inch deficit.
Yeah.
Because with your shoulder arms, your shoulders are going to get down to that box a little bit more. So the Brigade took advantage of that. They got to the kettlebells first, but they got to get to the bar muscle-ups quick.
That's that double fatigue. Sydney Witter's waiting to do hers. 1 rep remaining here, and they are off first. Wow, Southwest Florida Sharks were able to make up a lot of time there, and they are getting started on those 4 med ball bar muscle-ups. Ball in between the legs, 6 pounds. Not a lot of weight, but just are hard and awkward to do. The Tampa Bay Brigade are falling behind here. They're going to walk it into that 4th quadrant, double kettlebell hang clusters. And one thing about my girl Valerie Gunning is she's gonna sling a kettlebell.
She is. She's so incredibly strong, and Coach Fico keeps saying that he believes that she is probably the most underrated athlete. She's a vet. I played against her for years, and she has been all over the grid, and I know that she's gonna finish strong here.
Definitely. The Tampa Bay Brigade are getting to their kettlebells to do them, but the Sharks are in deep. I don't think there's any way that they could come back. No hands in the air quite yet, but there we go. A hand in the air in the middle for the Southwest Florida Sharks. Less than 5 reps remaining. The Tampa Bay Brigade are a bit smaller in stature, these ladies, but I think it's taken away from Taylor.
I know, the Brigade, they got to watch out because they're very close to the edge there, and if you are, Marissa just got faulted because they tried to get right to work, but they were on the edge of the 4th and 3rd quadrant, so she had to move to make sure those reps counted.
Oh, that's unfortunate. 2 reps remaining. Sydney Witter taking over the kettlebell, and they are in. Lady Sharks are going to reign victorious over the Tampa Bay Brigade here.
Oh, wow. That's very unfortunate because the Brigade, they did everything that they were supposed to do, from the deficit handstand push-ups to the ground to overhead. They actually got to the bar muscle-ups faster. There's something happened within the transition time, and they did not start the bar muscle-ups until well after the Sharks, and that just allowed the Sharks to get right to work there, and that's where they called up at.
Good eye, Taylor. I mean, they are shorter. They probably had to use the boxes to get up there, but it's also unfortunate. We've seen a lot of times the Tampa Bay Brigade not be in the right place to make that transition faster. We said it earlier, like when someone's finishing, as soon as they're finished, there should be somebody on that other element ready to start. Even if it is ahead of your other teammates, just starting on that element, even if it's just that one station, is critical.
Yeah, and then you have somebody like Sydney Witter who was able to go from the ground to overhead right into the med ball bar muscle-ups and then go into the hang clusters and clean up at the end. To have an athlete that's that versatile and that strong, and to be able to start on her on the bar muscle-ups, that was a huge advantage for the Sharks.
Definitely. I mean, the Sharks have taken it and run away with it. They have double the score right now than the Brigade. I mean, it's going to be tough to come back from. Daniel has a special guest on the grid. Let's go ahead and take it to Daniel, though.
So I'm here with Jess.
We are here with Valerie Gunning.
You had to sit out the playoffs, obviously for the best reason.
Underrated
how has
player
it been playing back this season and getting to put that mum strength to use on the grid?
The entire female triad. This season, you're no longer underrated. You're going to be on the radar, but looking at where you're at, looking at the score, 4:30, you're going to have a date with another team. What does it feel like to know you're going to be in a championship?
It feels, I'm going to try not to yell. I'm losing my voice and I'm out of breath, but it feels good knowing that I'm going to have a chance for kind of like redemption. Last year I missed the championship with my team, and I'm really happy to be here and have another chance to prove ourselves, and that last season isn't who we are, and we want to finish it better than we ended it last year. So I'm excited to be part of it this year, and also for you guys to start saying my name a little bit more.
There it is, Valerie Gunning. If you haven't heard it before, you're going to hear it now and more often, especially at 4:30 today. Jason, we're going to throw it over to you.
I'm here with Jess Krezmien. Now, Jess, last season you had to sit out the playoffs because of, well, the best reason ever. How is it being back on the grid this season and getting to put that mum strength to use?
I mean, it's been awesome. I love my team, man. I say it every single time. They're just a special group of people, and I'm glad I could do anything to show up and help them.
And I think they're happy to have you here. Are you, Maddie, watching from home?
Yeah, with their grandma.
Okay, well, there's still a big race left, so have fun.
Thank you.
That's what happened.
Back to you, Cassie.
Question number 2, how many...
Thanks for that, guys. Sorry you were talking over yourselves for a second, but hope everybody had fun watching that. I mean, I love their voices, so it was almost like they were singing a duet there. Yeah, there you go. I love that.
Yeah, she better harmonize over there, boys.
There we go. Let's go ahead and look at the specifics of the male triad now.
All right.
So it's going to be the same thing, just a little bit heavier. The kettlebell is going to be 53 pounds. It's going to be 6 of the deficit handstand push-ups, and it's going to be 6 of the med ball bar muscle-ups. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grid, and they are off. Male triad on the grid. Blake Kidder, Zion Zafra, and Sam Martin for the Southwest Florida Sharks on the left. On your right, it's Alex Hollings, Brendan Thayers, and oh, somebody's so far ahead. Dan Ty. Okay, Dan Ty with the fast lunges over there on the right. I mean, now we saw the women go head-to-head. Now we're going to see how the men fare against each other. What are you thinking here, Taylor?
Oh, man, the Sharks are on a mission right now. They can taste it. They know that they're in right now, but that's not enough right there. Right now, they're going to use this momentum right now to take them into the championship, but they are focused on the task at hand.
It's so hard, Taylor, because you look at the score, it's 17-8. There's no way for the Brigade to come back and win this championship, but they're still playing like there's a chance, you know? This is their last time that they could play together as a team for the season. Maybe the last time this exact team will play together. So there's definitely a lot on the line as far as keeping this team together and keeping the morale up.
It's still a lot to prove on there. So even though the score, it is what it is, they're not going to come down and just be and just lay down and just take it. Team that doesn't just lie down, but they're going to finish strong.
Yeah, definitely. The Southwest Florida Sharks, maybe with just a teeny tiny lead on the Tampa Bay Brigade here. Sam Martin, Nick Shappy, extremely skilled utility player, excuse me, and he's going to be taking those kettlebells into that 4th quadrant for the next movement. Southwest Florida Sharks looking so strong here.
Oh, you saw 2 different techniques. The Sharks, they chose to lead the kettlebell ground overheads in the 3rd quadrant, where the Brigade, they decided to take and farmers carry the kettlebells into the 4th quadrant. But right now, I think it shows that the Sharks, that technique choose to be a little bit stronger, more efficient to get their people to the bar muscle-ups faster.
Yeah, definitely. They took it right up to the edge of the finish line. They are not leaving any room for error. They want to know exactly where they got to go. They could just fall into the finish line when they're finished if they wanted to. I wouldn't say that's the most efficient, but they definitely could after all of that the momentum and fatigue, excuse me.
Yeah, I've seen it done both ways. Whoa. It's getting tight. It's getting tight.
Yeah, it is. Oh, man. Zion Zafra, 3 reps remaining. The Tampa Bay Brigade might take this. One rep remaining. And the Brigade. Wow, what a comeback.
Wow.
Their first race, their second race win of the entire match. They needed that one.
That was good because they were actually behind, and I think there was some miscommunication issues. They thought that they were finished, and so Nick had to come back and clean it up at the end, but the Brigade did a good job to continue to move, and they finished and sniped one from the Sharks. That was great to see, and that's going to give them a great little momentum boost for the tour set and for the sprint relay.
Yeah, that was excellent. That was a lot of fun to watch. I said it earlier, friends. I want to play another little game with you. Can we play together again? Taylor, will you let me play the game?
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous.
All right, friends, take out your phones. Go ahead and scan this QR code and click the link that's in the live comments right now. Where it says play now, you're just going to scan it with your phone or go in the comments and click that link. It's going to take you to our website where you can play our trivia game. It's going to go live any second now. Make sure that you're logged in. Make sure that you're watching. And we're going to do it together. All right, let's see if we'll win this time, Taylor.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I really want to win.
I know. I dropped the ball. I'm going to be thinking about that all night.
All right, let's look at it. Who is the Sharks' most dominant female blonde rookie?
What?
Ooh, rookie, keyword.
Oh, rookie. Okay. I'm
there's a lot of blondies in the chat.
I was like, they're all pretty dominant.
And the answer is Kelsey Kiel, of course, who's made it to the CrossFit Games. CrossFit Games athlete, that's all you have to say.
I saw dominant. I'm like, all their women are stacked. So
Yeah,
like, okay.
I mean, we're not going to play about any of the lady Sharks, of course. How many points is a bonus flag worth? What do you think, friends? I'm not going to tell you out loud, but you know what you get if you win.
You get 1 extra point. I think this is a trick question. Yeah, so it's 1. It was 1. Because a bonus point is worth 1 point.
Oh.
Ooh, I didn't touch it.
Sorry, that was my fault. Taylor, I lost it for us again.
Oh, good. Oh, fine.
All right. What is the only race not scored by time?
Ringer point.
That's not correct.
Oh.
There's
good.
It's this one.
Yeah, that one too.
The only race scored not. This is the riddle.
I know that's.
Okay, I got it right. It's the ladder. It's
you
the
got
ladder.
it right. But I'm like, that's a trick question. Like, it's scored by time, but it is scored by time.
Right. Because ringer points are scored by time. Ladder is scored by points. This is hard, guys. Which team has not won a championship? I know the answer. Do you?
We're talking about this.
Comment it.
Oh, man.
Make sure you're doing it. 5 seconds. Hurry up. You want that prize? You want it? We lost. We got the Sharks. Yep. They have never won a championship. It could change today. We could change history.
I don't do better under time.
Taylor's so competitive. I'm like, let's do this fun little game with our fans. And she's like,
I'm a failure. I'm a failure.
Make sure you're playing the games. We're going to have scores. We're going to count up that score and let you know who won. We already know that Susie won the last one. You get a full free month of machine strength, which is awesome. So congrats to you, Susie. And we'll let you know who that next winner is in just a second. We're looking forward to this last race of this matchup, Taylor. Sprint relay. Learn about it. We'll be right back.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with 1 player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
We're here with Blake Kidder. Blake, we talked earlier in the season about the championship pedigree that you bring to this team, the experience of winning a championship last year. I see you getting in Z's space over there. What are you telling him, but most importantly, what do you tell the team to get them prepared for a match at 4:30?
You know, for Z, as a rookie, he's been exceptionally flawless all season. He's having to face adversity. But just like I tell myself, you got to be willing to fucking bleed for your teammates. It's going to hurt, but you're not going to fail 3 reps. It's just how willing and how strong mentally can you allow yourself to get uncomfortable. So going into the championship, it's the same message. How tough are you? How uncomfortable are you willing to be? Is your mind going to outperform your body? You sure fucking better hope so, because at 4 o'clock, it's going to be a battle.
Absolutely. At 4:30, you're going to see the Sharks. You're going to see this man, Blake Kidder. They're going to get their mind right. Blake, hey, get some rest and best of luck at 4:30.
Sharks coming, baby.
Jason, over to you.
I'm here with Alex Hollings. Now, Alex, we've seen you on the roster all season, but you haven't been on the grid until today. Where have you been, and how is it being back here now with your team?
So for the last 6 months, I was deployed to East Africa. Great coming back, being able to compete with the team. I reached out to Jess before the season started. I let her know, hey, I'll be gone for the first half of the season. If you guys make it to playoffs and championship, I'll be able to compete. She said, all right, good to go. So
Don't go, bro.
Here I am. So.
I've been doing that. And here you are. Well, they're putting you to good use. I know you've got the sprint relay, so all the best with that. Back over to you at the desk, Cassie.
Thanks for that, Jason. Let's go ahead and see what we can look forward to in this sprint relay.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win.
Biggest tourist
It is a
ever.
relay
So I
race
landed
with one
yesterday.
player allowed on the grid at a time, and
Sorry about that, friends. Let's go ahead and look at the specifics. It's going to be 150-pound D-ball over Yoke at 45-inch height, short rope climbs 8 feet to 15 feet, toe to ring to back up rise, 150-pound D-ball carries, deck to pistols over a 6-inch pole, 53-pound kettlebell squat snatches, 200-pound snatches, and 200-pound clean and jerks. Let's go ahead and take a look at those game faces. Wow! Last race of this match. Let's see it. Alex Hollings versus Blake Kidder on this first one. It is the 6 heavy D-ball over Yoke at 150 pounds, 45-inch height. It's going to be the same whether it be a male or a female. Oftentimes we see the males do it, and of course they're going to tag in their female counterpart to do just that last one. Kelsey Kiel coming in for the Sharks. She's going to finish first, hit that 4-point touch, and head to the finish line. Isabella Carvalho very close behind. Coming up next is going to be those 2 short rope climbs starting at 8 feet to 15 feet.
Oh man, and this is all about heart right now. We already know that the Sharks are in for the championship, but they have a focus on one. Oh, we saw a big fault there with Sam Martin.
Oh man, it's swinging. Yeah. That's a tough one. Dalton Herrero is going to finish ahead and head to the finish line. Two very great rope climbers going against each other. Chris Chaffee is going to be the first one to the rings for those toe-to-bar back uprises. Toe-to-ring back uprises.
Yeah, and we just saw a costly fall on Sam Martin. Him and Dalton are probably 2 of the fastest in the league there. Sam just ran up a little bit too fast, but he dropped. You must drop once your hand gets below the white tape.
That's right. I mean, the score is taken away from. It looks like the Sharks are going to be in the championship match, but this one is for pride, all right? The Brigade are not going down without a fight. They fought together all season. They came together as a team. The Sharks have done the same, but are reigning victorious, and the Brigade are showing we're still here. You can't quiet us down. Listen to my boat horn, basically.
And you heard it from Blake Kidder, like he is a laser and locked in, so they are focusing on that right now, but of course they want to make sure that they're getting their entire team healthy to the championship.
Definitely. Those are going to be 9 deck to pistols over pole, 6-inch pole. If you hit that pole, you do have the responsibility of putting it back on to complete the movement. It looks like Marissa Oxenford is going to run off the grid, bringing in Jess Krezmien to come out for those kettlebell squat snatches at 53 pounds. Remember, sprint relay, doesn't matter what gender you are, you're doing the same exact thing, the same number of reps, the same everything. Chelsea Rainieri is jogging to the finish line. They're saying, hey, don't tire yourself out now, all right? We still have a whole entire championship match to run, which is super fair, but the Brigade are saying, oh, don't give me that, you know? I don't want to win like that, and by gosh, they are showing it.
And I'm excited to see what the Brigade do in the offseason. I think they finally found their new batch of athletes that really love and that will die and fight for this team. So I know they'll clean up their holes and for next year. So I'm excited what they do in the off season.
Definitely. That's 6 snatches at 200 pounds for Brandon Thayers. 3 reps remaining here. He is doing those very fast. Blake Kidder is going to come out for the Shark side. Both of these men so fast, so big. I mean, this is anybody's sprint relay. Blake Kidder can make up time like nobody's business, so we'll see what he can do here. Brandon Thayers is going to hit that 4-point touch, running into the finish line. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining on the time cap. Oh, the Sharks are just giving it a little jog. Alex Hollings coming out last bar. Glad to see him back in the sprint relay for the season. He's been in active duty, finishing off that last rep, 2 clean and jerks at 200 pounds. He's going to go to the finish line, 4-point touch, and that is a sprint relay win for the Tampa Bay Brigade, but a match win, and the Southwest Florida Sharks will be going to the championship match.
Yeah, and you can see they're just coasting it in right there, but it was just a great finish to finish with. But now they get a few hours to rest, recover, eat, while the Lions and the Breakers, while they see who they are going to face in the championship. So let's see if they know how to utilize their recovery. We'll see them back at 4:30.
A bittersweet end to this match for this side of the table. Just as far as we might not see this Tampa Bay Brigade team the same ever again. You know, they had such a strong showing. They came out here, they meant business, they put up a fight, and the Sharks are going to the championship match. Both of these teams are extremely extremely talented, worked really hard. Two of the probably the most prepared veteran rosters that we have in the championship on the grid in general. So the fact that this rivalry is coming to an end for the season, glad that it's over and we have somebody in the championship, but sad to see one go. You know what I mean?
Yep. But we knew this day was gonna come.
Yep.
And so the Brigade, they came out swinging at the beginning. They took over the partner 4, but then after that, the Sharks were just like, we just got these nerves shaken off. Now it's time to get back to work.
Definitely. That final score is going to be 20 for the Southwest Florida Sharks, 11 for the Tampa Bay Brigade. No longer matters what the point differential is. And at 4:30, we will see the Sharks compete against the winner of whoever wins the next matches, which is going to be at 1:30. It's going to be the Palm Beach Breakers versus the Fort Lauderdale Lions.
And we can't wait to see him.
Yes, it's going to be a fun one. For now, I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Teo Stallings.
I'll see you at 1:30 Eastern Time.
If you go behind your head, keep your lower back neutral though, so you're only feeling that in your upper back.
My name is Melissa Caporo. I am a performance physical therapist in the CrossFit space, and I own my own practice that I run out of CrossFit West Chase in Largo called the Stoic Physio. So the mission that I have at the Stoic Physio is to create and maintain strong and resilient humans, whether that's physically or mentally. And that I do through my philosophy of keeping people moving and working people through strength movements, mobility movements. The thing that I love about what I do is I can have so much of an impact on an athlete that they see differences even from session to session. So seeing them start to come to me with some sort of pain that's limiting them from what they're able to do, and then making so much progress, and I see them able to lift the weights that they weren't able to lift and do the skills that they weren't able to do, really, really hits home for me. And it's a testament to what the work that my patients put in, but also the things that we're doing are the right things.